Welcome back to another episode of Rooftop Perspectives. I am your host, LanceScurv. Mike Tyson in the news again, minding his business. And now, I don't want to say the legal jargon wrong, but he is being accused of some type of sexual assault that happened so many decades ago. Late 80s, 90s. There's not too much specific things out there about it right now. And I actually caught this late last night, and I was going to talk about it, but I said, you know what? Let me put the proper energy to get the facts out right. But since I'm not a reporter, and you probably heard it by now, and I don't really want to report on getting facts, leave that for the news people to do. But there's a woman who is suing him for $5 million for something that he did, I would say, probably over 30 years ago. Is black masculinity acceptable in this world? And people will say, well, listen, he was convicted of this thing with the rape of Desiree Washington back in 1992 and whatever time it was, 92, whatever. And he did a few years and got out. But we all know he did not do that, right? I'm not going to sit here and have an OJ style argument over that. I just want to say that, when you are famous and rich and black and doing well in a way that maybe the world didn't think you would do well, because Mike Tyson has made a hell of a comeback and people see what he really is at the core, and I always identified that. But see, he was conflicted from such a childhood and he never had a chance. I mean, from when he was 13 years old, 12, 13 years old, he was already locked up so many times, saw things that most children shouldn't see, and experienced certain things that most people shouldn't experience. And really and truly, for every Mike Tyson that you see in the world, there might be countless thousands of young men and young women who are not here with us because of the conditions that they were raised up in, and the things and decisions that they made, and the consequences that they had to face, which was usually prison time or death. So for every Mike Tyson, and then he was successful in his career, but he wasn't really super successful in life and how he dealt with things. And then he gets locked up and he comes out and he's feeling around on how to do things right. And now he's there. And now because of his experiences, you really understand what a diamond he is. When most people wrote him off as they wrote off many of us as black men. But now when you see such a successful comeback of a man who was written off many times and written off as a thug and he's a lowlife and he'll be dead or in jail, and he whipped that prediction and living his life, it's almost like you're not allowed to ascend to that level. And it's even worse, yes, I'm gonna say it, you're always being racial. No, when you're a black man, masculine, strong, and rich. Now, he doesn't have $400 million right now to toss around, but he's done quite well for himself in business with his philosophies, and being allowed to, at the present time, peel back the layers of what he had to go through, the muck and the mire, for you to see what a wonderful person that he is on the inside with his wife and his children. And the money grab continues. It's almost like Bill Cosby when they had that woman from complaining and saying from 1969 he did this and he did that. Bill Cosby wasn't Bill Cosby in 1969. He didn't ascend to that level of wealth and fame, but now he has it and you want to come after it. There's some law now, I forgot what the name of it was, but this supposedly happened in Albany, New York way back around 30 years ago or more, and this lady is suing him for $5 million. She came out of a club with him. I think he offered a ride. She jumped in. You know how it is. You're not going to refuse a ride or hanging out with somebody who's a celebrity who has that much money, even if you think he's a loose cannon at the time. But this shows you that those of us who may attain some level of notoriety or fame in a certain area of expertise, that we need to be careful, because the system will allow someone just to conjure up something. And I'm quite sure, like he has admitted, he has had sex with so many women. How many are coming forward saying that he beat them down? right? So now the witch hunt is on. He's got his weed business going on. He's got his podcast going on. Wherever he goes, he's known and loved, as opposed to at some time of his life, people who misunderstood him and wrote him off. That's not acceptable. But no matter who you are as a black man, and some people say, oh, stop it. If you're white, let me tell you something. They forgive you faster. Ask President Clinton. Ask him. With all of the bodies, we're not just talking body count of those who are walking around and alive. I'm not going to say it because this is YouTube, but all the bodies and trails of bodies that he's left behind, with his wife even knowing it, right? But they reinvent him and accept him as an elder statesman. That black dress doesn't count anymore, where he left a little bit of his DNA. But you will come up now, whoever this person is. I just can't believe that you would. When things happen, why don't you go after it right on the spot? Why do you wait 30 years? Right? What is the motivation here? I wouldn't even go for it. I wouldn't even allow that in my court if I was a judge. 30 years, roundabout, maybe 32, maybe 29, I'm not sure. It's just the principle that I'm speaking about. That amount of time go by and you're going to come forward talking about this man did something to you. Come on, get out of my face. I check your financial resume, your records. You're probably doing bad, and you see that you can come with and put him as a target. DNA evidence, I'm quite sure you don't have it unless you said, I'm going to sue him 30 years from now, like you knew that he was going to be alive. These people are delusional, and something's wrong with these women who were not a victim of. Now, maybe she was. We don't know. But 30 years? 30 years. Give or take a year or two. It makes no sense. And there are women out here who have been violated on a sexual level. Really bad. And a lot of them don't get their justice in court because of the power of some of these men who are defending themselves, and they can get a high-class, high-paid lawyer. It's crazy, this world. They raise you up and tell you it's going to be a certain way, and it's a bizarro world now where anything goes. Anything goes. It's all about that money. It's a money grab. And if you can't make it in this life, don't try to come after somebody who doesn't deserve this kind of treatment. Yeah, we know Mike Tyson was a hothead back in the day. He had things to say. He was going through his changes. Shoot, I go through my changes and I flip out sometime. PTSD just pops up and just runs amok. It happens. We've had to go through so much, but it's almost like he's targeted. And at this point, if she can do that, I'm going to watch for everything now. And I suggested he move very carefully, but what did he do wrong in his present day? And we have so many celebrities that don't look like us who will flee the country and be looked at and revered as being great for their talent in the entertainment world. Right? Premeditated foolishness, and their people back them up. Catholic priests molesting children, doing wrong by women, and they move them around and don't do a damn thing to them. Right? Politicians doing certain things, but because they're connected to the other politicians and the powers that be, nothing happens to them. Or if something does, they get a smack on the wrist, and that's it. This system is definitely not fair. I don't want to indulge and partake in it in any way, only in the ways that I need to do to survive. And even with each passing day, I'm going to lessen that influence, because this system is not here for us, to support us, to undergird us. Over 30 years, really and truly, and you're going to let that go through? Psst. No wonder so many of us are leaving the hells of America. And so many will leave their smart, snide remarks. It's funny because we had one of the videos with I Just Stars a Mindset. And he's sent me some pictures that I want to put up on my Instagram and Facebook. But somebody made the asinine statement, it's okay about Africa, but you know what? We'll be waiting here for our reparations. So you're going to sit at the foot of Massa and wait for him to grant you something that you know ain't coming. You got to have something smart to say. Here we are, us who did the damn thing and moving over here. And you still, well, if that's what you want to do, sit down and do that. To encourage you to stay over there. Wait for your reparations. They may give you $2. How you gonna feel then? Right? They may give you $100 and say, hey, this is your reparation. Right? What you think? You gonna get millions of dollars? It don't work that way. They'll put everybody else ahead of you. Asian hate. We have to make sure that Asians who are here. What? Some of the immigrants that are coming through so-called illegally, they're making laws to embrace them and give them aid and give them apartments so people could sponsor them. But the black man and black woman who built this country, America, they don't get anything. So it's evident, y'all. I'm not saying if it comes, don't take it, but use it wisely. Hey, I'm over here. If it comes, I'm going to take it, but I'm not going to wait. I'm going to build my empire, build my legacy, build what I have to do for me. Sitting around waiting for reparations? Okay, wait and wait and wait and wait, and you tell me how that works out. We all have the essence of the Creator, the essence of God inside of us. We are little creators who should be creating and making things better for ourselves on all levels, and that includes the financial, as long as we're in the system. But to sit here and say, I'm just going to sit here. So you're going to sit down and do nothing and just wait? For your master to give you something that he doesn't want to give? And he ain't never, I'm telling you right now, he ain't never going to give it to you. He ain't never going to give it to you. But you sit there and wait and waste your energy and potential that you can use to build a new world for yourself. A new righteous world order for yourself. But you don't believe in yourself, so you want to sit down and wait on Master. Because Master going to take care of you. Master gave you that stimulus check. Master gave you that WIC. Master gave you them food stamps. Master gave you the Section 8. And some of us are so foolish being propped up by the enemy, and we'll turn around and say, I did it on my own. I am independent. I did it on my own. Okay. When they pull the plug on that stuff, as they're doing in certain states out here, you'll find out. You'll be running back to your mama house or your daddy house. And if they done jetted, you ain't got nowhere to go. You got to depend on each other or yourself. See? So prepare yourself. Don't listen to these lies, and also protect yourself, because you never know who's observing you and envious of the wonderful life that you're living. Because like I said in the other video, living good is the best revenge, and there are a lot of people out here who don't like it. Lots of times it's not because they want what you have, but they don't want you to have what you have. So how you gonna steal my peace of mind? How you gonna steal the feeling that I have from being able to say, whew, I can relax, I can think, I can go up in the mountains if I want and stay up all night. I can go at any club that I want to go to. I'm not a club goer. I got out of that place. And whether you're still there and doing good, that's fine too. But wherever you want to find yourself, to find the good life that is there for you, understand that everybody's not happy for you. They may sue you for some foolishness and come at you all kind of ways. And you're like, I thought we were cool. And you're looking at them, they're looking at you like an enemy. You never know. Never know. Anyway, much love to you all. I'm going to skedaddle and run downstairs and continue the journey. And thank you for rolling with me. If there's anything you want to talk about, shoot it to me. Let me know. Lance@LanceScurv.com. That's the main email. I have other ones that we use, but try to shoot everything there. All right? Much love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.